dealing with anxiety and overthinking. So question number 11 or situation number 11. I get a lot of emotional stress mainly through my relationship from my parents, spouse, boss, colleague, and a close friend. Well, that's a lot. It's not easy. If you are in a one-on-one session with me, I would ask, why are you allowing that to yourself? Or what happened? Who said what? What triggered in you for you to feel that? It's not easy, right? It's so heartbreaking to even like read this. However, let me tell you, I have been there. 5 years ago, I had a lot of emotional stress with my parents, definitely with my colleagues, boss. So, how do I feel about it now? So how do I feel about the relationship with my parents? Now I feel like it's very calm most of the time, because 5 years ago it was not easy. I used to be a person who would, allow negativity into my life. Most of the problems in my life has happened because I allowed negativity without being aware of its impact on my mental health. And I didn't work on solutions to own a better mental health, to own a calm state of mind for most of the time, like I do right now in my current life. Oh, it's so peaceful to live this life, by the way. It's so peaceful to quit the city life, not follow the crowd blindly to seek validation from society and parents, and do what I feel like, and follow my heart. So, I was getting a lot of emotional stress from my parents at that time, because I was not focusing on the good things that they have given me. I was thinking, you did not do that. That's why I'm going through this situation. You should have given me better education, better skin tone, better lifestyle, that, this, like blaming, basically not taking personal responsibility for my own problems. So, the relationship with others is not bringing the problems. How we respond to that is what is bringing the problems. So, that is where we have control over, and that is where we can manage, and that is where we can implement solutions. So let's focus on that rather than that person did that to me, this person did this to me, right? Because when we focus on, like he or she cheated me, he or she robbed me, he or she lied to me, he or she didn't take proper care of me, he or she doesn't care about me. When we have such thoughts, we don't have a calm state of mind. And so far, dwelling into that problems has not helped. Past is past. What can we do better from now? What can I choose slightly better that can make myself feel better? So we have to shift our thinking towards that. Situation number 12. Before that, I have a comment. What's going here? So I'm doing a live trying to promote awareness on better mental health. Situation number 12. I'm saying yes when I don't want to, like answering work calls after hours, constantly pleasing others. What kind of boundaries do you struggle to maintain? I remember when I was working in the corporate as a newbie, it's survival mind that says, oh, if I don't answer the calls, then I might be like not fired or not get promoted or that or this. It's basically inferiority complex, low self-confidence on your skills. So that is where the work is. That is where we need to work on. Why am I not feeling confident that I will have issues? or am I not ready to face that on some level? Or do I have any fearful thoughts related to that? Every negative thought that we have in our mind is rooted from a fearful thought. So why am I not able to say no? So during the initial 5+ years, I was not able to say no in my corporate like work experience as well. But after that, for 1 year, I worked in a startup. Yeah, at that time, I remember once my manager called after 7 p.m. I didn't pick up, and I thought, okay, I'll deal with it later. Tomorrow when I confront my manager, I'll speak to him, and I'll deal with it. If it's okay, even if I lose my job or get fired or not being recognized for my work. So I arrived at such kind of confidence or level because I built confidence in myself, and I realized that there are ocean of opportunities available outside. So it's basically being confident in our skills. And guess what happened next day? It was like nothing happened. My manager and I till now have not like discussed about it at all. And even in that day, I remember, after cutting, like not attending that call and having these thoughts like I'll deal with it later, I was not even thinking about it till I realized, oh, the day is over and we didn't even discuss about it. So we need to arrive at that kind of thinking stage where we don't like overthink, being trapped in our survival mind. Situation number 13. I feel like I'm staying alert all the time as if something bad is about to happen. So that's what it's like, when your anxiety could speak, it would say this. So this reminds me of the time when I was in Kerala, Palakkad, during this entire April 2026. I had an incredible opportunity to bond with a wonderful cat, and she was always alert, looking around every time. That's the animal instinct, and we have some part of that animal instinct brain, part of part in our brain, basically, which stays alert as if we are gonna be hunted down by a tiger or a lion and be eaten and be dead. It's basically deeply roots to the fear of death, because during the evolution, our ancestors lived in the forest. They didn't have enough time possibly to appreciate a flower or a mountain view, but preparing for survival on like how do I protect me and my family members or the people I like from dangerous animals around. And that is how our mind tries to stay alert. And we think, if my manager is creating a difficult situation, or in the family it is happening, or with the friend circle it is happening, our mind goes, that person is not liking me. But it actually goes back to the evolutionary patterns, where in those times, in the early men stage, when people were living in the forest, not we, like our ancestors, they had to go through thoughts like, if that person is not gonna like me, when there's gonna be an animal attack, that person is not gonna join me to attack that animal back, right? When there are like 50 people together, that animal will not enter inside the zone. So being liked by another person is so important to the level of life and death. And it's so deeply fearful that it is imprinted in our DNA, and it has passed through a lot of generations. It's not going to be easy to overcome that, but it is possible. Where are you from, sis? I am basically from Chennai, brother. I have no home. I'm a digital nomad. I keep traveling because the world is home. So when some difficult situation is happening, it might feel like so stressful, as if an animal is chasing you. That's why, like at that time, when an animal is chasing, the blood from the head, goes to the legs so that we can run faster. And that's why, we feel dizzy when something stressful tension kind of a situation happens, we get that dizziness. I used to feel it when I was working for corporate and in IT. Not nowadays. Wow, it feels so good to realize that right now. I used to be like a lot alert, as if something was just gonna happen, and I was like looking forward to it. Oh, life is so peaceful. If I could share what kind of peace and calmness I have to everybody in the world right now, I would happily do it. So it's so beautiful to live such a peaceful and calm life, and especially in the last 9 months I have been living in nature, disconnecting from social media as much as possible, because I always wanted to do that. Oh my gosh, life outside city is amazing. And I feel so privileged and honored that I have that freedom to do it. And I had that innate courage and bravery to experiment and do it because of my extreme sensitivity that was inbuilt naturally. Okay, situation number 14. Some parts of my life makes me feel like I'm most out of balance, like sleep patterns, finances, work-life balance, health, friendship, spirituality, or hobbies. That's literally everything in life. It feels like that. So get the basics cleared first. Going to sleep at 9 p.m. is absolutely 100% essential. Progress towards a life or a work that can give you that. People sacrifice their sleep and health and then pay for this money they earned out of that sacrifice to the cure of the health issues. We have gotta be smart. And smartness is often a calm state of mind, not the imposed idea of social status and money. That's what survival mind says. What survival mind says may not be true all the time, right? If you feel like you're sleeping so well every single day, I'm telling you to even like arrive at that situation, that itself means that you have done some pretty good work, right? I feel like I have really very good sleep for most of the days, like 98% of the time I sleep really well. Or even if I have disturbances, I just roll over. It's okay, I will sleep whenever sleep comes. It's fine. I don't take my phone at all. If any thoughts cross my mind, I observe it. I try to stay equanimous about it. It's not easy. I can teach you how to do it with customized solutions. Please use the link in my bio to schedule a one-on-one free consultation with me. I'll help as much as possible, putting my heart and soul. I'm out of the a lot of survival patterns, chasing money or social status, and maybe that is why I think I'm sure to a great extent that is why I have like a peaceful mind and own a calm state of mind for most of the time. Oh my god, it's so beautiful to live this life. Oh my gosh, it's so possible to have a balance in your health, in your sleep, in your finances, in your spiritual development or character development, quality development, hobbies. It's so possible to have like a balance. We need to train our mind to see how to live such a life. Okay, I'm running out of time. I have to start traveling in another 20 minutes. So I'll try to keep it short. So it is possible to bring a balance. We need to see what we are allowing ourselves. Are we allowing a lot of negativity, or are we allowing peaceful solitude if it's necessary. It's so much better to walk alone when you're not able to find people who are in the levels of, like in the equal levels of owning calm state of mind, or even above you. If that is not possible, then it is really so okay to walk alone. I do that a lot of times, and it is recommended by a lot of people as well. In that, we find strength, safety, and security beyond money and social status. And we need to be aware if we are doing it out of hatred or with an intention for long-term health for all people involved. I chose to be away from negative people in my life, and it took me a while to realize that with what intention I'm doing it out of. I started living away from my parents, to not allow myself some negativity. And at that time, it was 5 years ago, February 2021, when I wanted to live alone, and I had a clear intention. It's definitely going to be mutually healthy for all of us to do, for for me to make this decision right now. And I did that. It was so difficult at that time. I remember I went into the bathroom and I cried for 2 minutes. Oh my parents are going to go away. I'm going to be alone. How am I going to handle the situation? So that, if they see my less confidence in it, they are not going to be completely okay going, like progressive towards that. So it was one of the best ever decisions. Now my parents, they themselves realize that it is definitely one of the healthiest decisions I have made, and we have a better relationship now, and it's so healthy for all of us. They are so independent. They are not dependent on me. I am not dependent on them. How beautiful. Sometimes we have to make hard decisions, and it's okay. We need to see that it is healthy mutually on a long run. And we need to also arrive at a state of mind where we feel like I did not do that out of hatred towards that person. It is just that I understand this is what's going to give health for all of us, and I'm doing it. It's okay if it doesn't end well, as long as we keep our thoughts pure and better towards health. Life eventually becomes healthy and balanced and stable. I mean, what more could be stable in life than owning a calm state of mind for most of the time? Someone could be owning just a begging bowl and still be really owning a calm state of mind. It's so possible. People have lived it. Situation number 15. I'm avoiding what feels uncomfortable, like a difficult conversation or applying for a new job, going to the doctor, checking my bank account. Oh, checking your bank account is difficult because you don't want to see the less balance. Oh, so start easy, start small, choose progress over perfection. Not all the decisions are gonna end perfectly, and the idea of perfection is such an illusion. What seems perfect right now may not be perfect to you 5 years later. Things keep changing. This too shall pass. This will also change. And there is beauty in that. Face it. Whatever is it, face it. It's not easy to have a difficult conversation. That's why it is a difficult conversation. But the more you face it, your bravery improves. Your experience improves. You get out of the comfort zone. You get out of the survival mind patterns. And when you face it, you really, cross it. You overcome it, right? You overcome that anxious situation. So what are the difficult conversations that I have faced? I can say even with my parents. 5 years ago, I sat with my mom and dad. I told them, you're gonna shift the home to an area that I'm not comfortable with, which doesn't seem to be to the level of quality I deserve. I think that. So you can move out. I will stay in this home. It was a very difficult conversation, and I told my parents that I'm not comfortable giving them any money. And at that time I couldn't even hold it. Like, I cried. And the kindest, truly, genuinely kindest person my father is. Oh, I'm so fortunate to have my father in my life, the person he is, as I don't know, as a soul. I chose him because he prioritized education for his children more than anything in his life. And at the time I cried, and my father couldn't see me crying, and he said, you need not give a single penny to me. I will take care of myself. My mom was like jumping, like, how can you do this? We invested, like, so much. We paid for your education. It's your turn to take care of. My father was like, he shut my mom out as gently as possible. And he allowed me freedom. You go do whatever you want in your life and live the way you want. If I had not had the difficult conversation, I would still be living the life, I think, what I'm living today. But maybe there could be a trace of guilt, attached to it, but I don't have that right now. So, thank you, Appa. So, I'm so glad that I had that difficult conversation, because after that, I had a lot of conversations which felt difficult, but I faced it and I shared, like sharing gratitude to them, telling them that I really, really love them, that I had never done before. So 5-6 months down the line, after I started living alone, I called them to a restaurant and I told them, I'm content with the efforts that you have made to raise me. That was like an emotional situation for three of us, and it felt like I released something out of me. I don't think anybody in my entire family generation has done that. Post that, my relationship with my parents got so much better. It keeps getting better and better. Of course, there are ups and downs. But overall, when I think of my parents, how do I feel? I feel calm. I feel blessed. I feel so fortunate. It's so sweet to feel it in my heart. Oh. So face it. That's the solution. If you want to know how to face it, people say advice, do that, do this. They don't say how to do it. I can help you with that. Use the link in my bio. Situation number 16. When I'm overwhelmed, my coping mechanisms are doom scrolling, binge watching, overeating, isolating myself, shopping, praying, exercising, talking to someone. If those coping mechanisms are helping you arrive at a calm state of mind, good. If not, that's why this question is even here, the situation is even here. So we need to see, what has to be changed. Just talking to someone and venting it out, it's not gonna help. If you're talking to someone, are you arriving at a solution? Are you saying your problem and then you're asking, how do I solve this problem? Or is it just like, like a group of people who just complain and leave, just vent it out a little, and then they keep doing it, and it eventually only becomes like an habit pattern. The habit pattern ideally we want is progressing towards solution, not just talking about the problematic situation again and again, which is not helping so far. So we gotta do more of what works. So exercising, that is a very good coping mechanism. Oh, I'm exercising, I'm building muscles. Entangling or attaching myself to seek validation on that from others, right? If can you do something in your life that makes you feel good about yourself, that, oh, I made that good decision, and can you be okay about not sharing it to anybody, then it's a very healthy pattern. It means that you're not seeking validation. right? I see a lot of people, they say they go to gym and after they come back they feel so good that they are consistent for 7 days, 10 days. If it makes you feel like, oh, I'm finally getting out of the sedentary pattern of my life and getting into an active life, it makes you feel good about that, it's so healthy on some level. Even though I don't recommend gym, because if it's not under the sky and connected with nature, especially when it's just to seek validation about, like the body, the external appearance, it's not healthy on the long term. Gym is just trending right now, basically because a lot of us are not connected with the physical activity we do like our ancestors did 2-3 generations ago. So something is better than nothing. In that way, gym is okay, but we have to see, sometimes it can be a disconnection, like exercising under a box, like so many people releasing energy from eating a lot of triggering foods like onion, garlic, spice, and just releasing it there. So we need to like analyze. It is our duty, our responsibility to analyze the root cause of every thought and action we do, why we do what we do. So it could be a coping mechanism. Workaholics, some people they do work because it's a coping mechanism. They don't face their personal relationship issues and they go to work. Well, 5 years later, it's there so deep in the conscious mind. I'm sorry, in the subconscious or unconscious mind. Anyways, we have to deal with the person because we are all going towards the calm state of mind, and when you don't sit for it and don't do it, it's gonna come back much harder possibly. So I get into devotional patterns. Easy, feels good, helps for a while. If it helps you become like a really better person, good. If it's not, do more of what works for you logically. I quit religion because I felt like those were coping mechanisms that were man-made, like kind of a lifestyle, I would say, that worked in that particular time, when our ancestors created it. I don't think it's updated right now, and most of them are outdated. Think scientifically, logically, not just like, oh, I used to think for a while that God is not there, and then some desires didn't happen, and when again I went to, oh, I get devotional, and then some desires happen. We are just unconsciously, blindly sometimes entangled towards attachment, towards devotion, just because, like it feels like it gives some stability. But when we are actually not aware of the scientific and logical reasons, everything is cause and effect here. Billions of ripples of causes, billions of ripples of effects are happening, and we are living in between all of that. When we are not aware of that, and just like learning some intellectual information about it, it's scientific, seems Google shows it. Google shows what is fed to the Google, man-made. If you're not experiencing it in your absolute reality with clear awareness, if it helps you, keep doing it. Overeating, not easy to overcome. So all these coping mechanisms is, if it is because of some stress, we have to go to the root cause of that stress and work there, not on all these symptoms of doom scrolling, binge watching, overeating. This is all coping mechanisms. You're clear that it is coping mechanisms. So don't focus on the coping mechanism. Focus on the root of your stress, how to overcome that. Because call with me. Next scenario, situation 17. I don't need advice immediately. I just want someone to listen. I understand. Okay, call with me. I can help you do that. I'll just listen. I will not even like ask questions, because I have been there where I have needed that. I would be happy to give that. I think I have enough patience to do that. So it's good. It's good awareness that someone is um, aware that what kind of support um, they need. That level of awareness is good. Sometimes when we have some problem and when we share it to somebody, sometimes we just need them to listen, but they jump and give uninvited advice. Sometimes there are two possibilities what the person might need. Sometimes they need solutions, sometimes they need solace. So with when both parties have good communication, they can ask openly whom they are sharing that problem to. Do you want solutions, or do you just want solace, or what do you ideally want ahead? And they say like, just listen to me for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Great. So that kind of like bonding has to be developed with your friend or whomever you share it to. So communicate that ahead. And if you feel like they are gonna jump and give uninvited advice, most of the time people do it just to feel validated and feel better about themselves. And the thing is, they themselves don't know why they are doing it. They just unconsciously do it. Situation 18. I have fear of failure, rejection, loneliness, financial instability, and the fear of not being good enough. And that's quietly following me for years. A lot of people are going through that. Face your failure, face your rejection, face your loneliness, face your financial instability, face the situations where you don't feel good enough. When you face it, like I said, I don't know, I'm not sure if I shared it in Instagram or here. When you face it, you overcome it to a certain extent. You experience, you learn something to do something different. Face your fears. You need not discuss about it to anybody. Just face it. Face the failure in the job or the relationship or the business or in your health. I have faced all of that. And that is one of the ways I overcame all of that as well, to be able to own a calm state of mind right now. Overcome all of that. Maybe something better lies over that situation. And all the other, loneliness is such an illusion. Oh my gosh. Loneliness is actually not the truth. To even eat one plate of food, a lot of people come together. Just because there is no human presence, it doesn't mean that you're lonely. And there's, like you feel unsafe, as if some animal's gonna attack you. Like I said, it's from our evolutionary patterns where our DNA has that imprint that if I'm alone, I'm not safe, because like when an animal attacks, someone is not gonna be, like watch the entire video. So the better way to overcome your fears, anxiety, overthinking, face it, face it, face it, face it, face it. Then you will know it's actually not the worst like you thought it to be. I have faced rejection in my work, especially the job security was like the biggest thing in my life. When I was working for corporate, and it smashed. Like I first faced the worst. And that happened in 2019. Oh my gosh, I just realized that. It's a beautiful thing that I realized, but I'll talk about it later. It's just that now it's been like 7 years down the line. Oh my gosh. And it's not the worst that has happened to me. In fact, that was a great opportunity that, like it was a blessing in disguise that I responded better to it. Those kind of challenging situations happened to many people in the same environment I was, but everyone was coping in negative ways and going back. But I was like kind of determined, like this doesn't feel right. This is definitely bad karma. I don't want to do it. So I responded doing something better and different. So it's how you respond. It's gonna change those patterns. Schedule a call with me using the link in my bio. Let's talk one-on-one. Situation number 19. I don't think it's a problematic one. Okay, so let's skip to situation number. Okay, so I will ask you questions now. So when was the last time you genuinely felt proud of yourself about a thing that you did not share it or intended to share it to anybody? Take time to process it. When was the last time you genuinely felt proud of yourself about a situation that you did not share it to anybody else or even had an intention to share it to anybody else in the future? That says a lot. It could be like completing a difficult project or helping a family member, maintaining a healthy habit, overcoming a personal challenge. But if the intention was to show it off or to seek validation from society or anybody, it's again attachment towards seeking validation, which is not healthy on a long run. Let's take care of that. So if anxiety wasn't running the show for the next 6 months in your life, what would you do differently? Start a business, travel solo, learn a skill, pursue a relationship, prioritize health, or simply enjoy life without constant worry? What would you do? I know it's not practical. You can say, oh, come on, be realistic. Let me tell you, that is a reality in my life today, and it was not 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Maybe 6 years ago. Till 6 years ago. And I have started my own business from scratch. And I have traveled solo. I'm doing it even today. I did it even yesterday. Learn a skill of 45 plus courses on mental health like a supreme nerd. And the last year I was like craving for something new to learn because everything was repeating. And thank God I discovered meditation, especially listening to my sensations, and I love it. Look at the passion I have, like a new skill, and I genuinely feel so happy about it. I feel that calm happiness right now. I feel those sensations. So if anxiety wasn't running, like I have pursued a relationship, I have prioritized health, or simply enjoy life without constant worry. Yes, I have done it all. And I didn't have a clear answer how to do it from one person. It happened over a lot of little better decisions I made along the way. Little by little, we make ourselves better. Little by little, we make ourselves better, like slightly better, slightly truthful, like a little bit more truth, slightly a no when you really want to say it. So a slight travel, maybe not taking the same route every day you go to work or somewhere, like maybe a different route, something different, something new, maybe just 1 hour of no phone. Something like a little, working on our calm state of mind. I think this was said by Mahatma Gandhi. It was like emptying a lake with a large lake with a teacup. Like imagine a teacup like this, and you emptying a lake with that. It takes that much of patience. And imagine someone doing that, completing that. Imagine the level of persistence they have, determination, resilience to keep doing that. It might seem like, it's not possible, it's so large, or it feels impossible. But when you make that one little step, it does make a change. In those moments where we make decisions, and we respond a little better, aligning ourselves towards a long term health for us and people around us. That quality is what shapes our destiny, shapes our habitual patterns. So, in those moments, little by little, we make ourselves better. Okay, I have got go travel, catch a bus to go to rural Telangana. I'm currently in Hyderabad and I'm like, I'm doing the city life after like 15 months and it feels too much. And clearly this is not aligned to me, and just in few days I have made a decision to go out of here because why not choose better? So wow, this was intended to be a 30-minute live, but it went 11 minutes more. So feel free to schedule a one-on-one free consultation using the link in bio. Let's talk towards your long-term health. It is absolutely possible to own a calm state of mind for most of the time where you feel peaceful. I feel that I can help with that.